Salvete omnes, ego sum Magister Sullivan. We're back with Aeneid Book 1, lines 124 through 141 of the AP syllabus. Last class we talked about, our last video, we talked about the winds and they're wreaking havoc on Aeneas and his fleet and thoroughly destroying it, sending boats to their peril as well as their cargo ship, the humans inside. So we'll start right on line 124. So we start off the bat with, meanwhile, Neptune felt, right? So Neptune felt, Neptune sensed, right? That the sea was being stirred up. So we'll highlight that again. It was being stirred up with a great rumble. And again, notice the M's form alliteration, and that could be the sound that maybe Neptune had heard under the sea. We repeat Neptunus again. Neptune sensed that a winter storm, or the winter gale, had been sent out. Right. So here we have another infinitive. So we had infinitive up here with miscere. We'll know that that's present passive, and then this is a perfect passive infinitive. And the pools having been poured back from the lowest shallows, having been upset or having been stirred greatly, and looking forward out at or upon the deep. He carries out, he lifts his calm head out of the top of the wave, or out of the top of the water. So again, a couple things to highlight. Comotus here is a participle, and prospiciens is also a participle. And then, what do you notice about the word pattern here? I know I extend the thing as it should have. Suma should go to unda and not to extoli because that's a verb. Right, but we have, it looks like a rainbow word pattern, so that would be an example of chiasmus. He sees, so again, Neptune sees, he sees Aeneas's fleet having been scattered on the entire ocean. Okay, once again, another example of chiasmus. So here we have, they're bracketing the lines, right? So adjective, noun, adjective, noun. Right? And your verb's in the middle, almost a golden line. So again, desiectam is an example of a participle. Again, remember you heard the translation having been scattered or scattered fleet. Aeneas' scattered fleet. And then we also have another participle down here. These things are kind of similar in that you have an accusative, and then fluctibus is like ruina. They're not noun adjective though. All right, so then again, he sees that the Trojans having been overwhelmed with the waves and the collapse of the sky, right? So tough stuff. And the tricks and the wrath or anger are not hidden from, I guess you could understand, or did not hide from the brother of Juno. And that's just, it's Neptune, right? So he calls Eurus and Zephyr to him. Finally, or then, he speaks in such a way, or he speaks such words, like verba should probably go here. And so we have such great confidence of your type, of your kind, held you now, and here's your main verb, winds. He's addressing the winds. You dare. This is not to hear. Audeo means to dare. Audio means to hear. Now you dare to stir up the heaven and earth without my say-so, without my divinity, without my divine will, and to lift so great a commotion, so great an upheaval. Moles literally means a mass, but in this context, it's this upheaval, this chaos that's going on. He says, I whom, right, and there's a space here, right? It's like he's pausing in thought. But, and so he has, is it more important or is it better to compose these waves having been moved, having been stirred? Afterwards, you will be punished for the things having been sent out, for the things having been done to me, not with or in a similar punishment. Not in a similar punishment. Flee, or hurry, this is a, we call these imperatives, so he's commanding, hurry your flight. And speak, also an imperative, speak these words to your king, right, to Aeolus. And he says, the command, so this is all, I believe, in an indirect statement, so that's why these are accusatives and not subjects. The command of the sea and this cruel trident, this savage trident, this fierce trident, were given, or had been given, not to him, datives, but to me, by right, by lot. That guy, right, Aeolus, holds such large rocks, or huge rocks. Eurus, he's speaking to Eurus, particularly here, this is evocative. Your houses. And then here's Aeolus. So we're going to use, this is a subjunctive verb. So we have the phrase, we fear a liar, or we fear a giant liar. So this is from the verb yakto, which is first conjugation, but it's given either instead of an a, so that means we're going to translate this as let. Let Aeolus hurl or throw himself in that palace, or that hallway. And, again, regnet, right? Let him rule. Let him rule. Regno is the first conjugation verb, and his e here, so just like yaktet, all right, as a subjunctive. Let him rule in an enclosed prison of winds. Okay, so that's it. So Neptune has calmly risen up, and we should note that at the beginning, his calm face. And he has calmed down, or addressed the winds, and told them to go back to their master, their king, and a punishment different from theirs awaits. Probably a not so kind one. All right, but he's not deceived. And so we're left to think about what kind of leader, ruler is Neptune. All right, we'll pick this back up later. Vale, Teones.